Hey guys, John Palmer back here again. Now we got Andrew.
I'm here. I said I would appear, and now I'm here.
That's very good that he's here
Yep.
because we're going to talk about a person that we both are very fond of, I guess.
Well, yeah, I would say you're more fond of him, but
I think Elon Musk
I'll be
is the
participating
man.
in this conversation today. It's about Elon Musk and
Yeah.
how he bought Twitter.
He bought Twitter today, guys, for $44 billion.
What do you think about that, man?
I think it's awesome. I really do think it's awesome. No, I don't use Twitter that much, but I'm going to start using it now.
Because he bought it.
Just because he bought it, yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you use it before?
Well, I probably would get kicked off of the platform just because of the things that I believe in sometimes,
Which could be controversial
It
to.
could be, yeah, even stuff that you talk about sometimes. I mean, it might not seem controversial to the majority of people, but it kind of is. So I'm gonna give you an example. I have a class of a bunch of teenagers, and out of the four, one of them, actually, one of them is probably more like me, and the other doesn't really care. And then there's two that would literally try to cancel anybody, right? So I use the word gypsy, and I didn't think of it as a racial slur or anything like that, or any discrimination. I mean, it is not necessarily a good thing to be a gypsy, but I would have gotten canceled
If you had
from
some.
them, yeah. And I imagine on Twitter, it's a possibility that you could get suspended or banned or kicked off the platform because of that. So Elon Musk is what he calls himself, a free speech absolutist, right? So he doesn't want anybody to be canceled, anybody kicked off the platform by for any means, any reason, which I agree with 100%.
Of course, I mean, you should be able to express however you feel or however you think online.
Yeah. I really don't. I don't understand why people want to start banning people from speaking. That doesn't make sense to me. That's the new world, though. I think that's the new generation. So we were talking to Anna. She's a younger girl. You guys remember her from
You
the
can check her out. We have a podcast with her.
Yeah.
She talked about robotics.
She did.
And she's a very smart girl. So
She's
check her out.
super intelligent.
What's the name of the podcast she's on?
Oh, she has her own stuff, right? She's Anna Saraiva Teachers, and you should definitely go and follow her, guys. A lot of you are her fans already, so no worries there. She'll be back with us again. It was just today she couldn't make it. We were missing a few people, to be honest, today. Things happen, right? Things happen.
Yeah. I mean, people got different things to do. We all have a life.
It's true, yeah, except for me. This is my life, all right? The New World
I mean,
Podcast.
that's his life now. He's
Yeah.
dedicating, so guys, please subscribe,
dedicating
like.
for you guys.
That's going to really help him out.
Yeah.
And us out,
I
basically.
just want people to be informed, So
Yeah. That's why we're here. We're going to talk about.
exactly, we're gonna talk about this guy, this incredible African American. Yes, people don't know he's an African American. He's from South Africa.
I didn't know that. Me
He's from
personally, I
South
did not know
Africa,
that.
yeah. So
What?
he's an African American, and
Okay.
he's the richest man in the world. So he is now, he is now the owner of Twitter. He's also the owner of SpaceX and also Tesla. That's right. I always forget the name Tesla, even though I was about to say Tesla car. And the name of the company is Tesla. You see how dumb I am sometimes.
No.
I
mean, he's all about the electric and saving the environment.
He is.
And, the whole new going to Mars possibly. He's been really doing some huge experiments on
I'm really shocked.
next generation things.
Because he really the Neuralink 2 thing. But keep going, please.
Did you see how he succeeded at launching the
Yeah,
rocket and let it land?
That's they said they would never be done. That's what NASA would say. It's like, you can't do it. And Elon Musk was like, hold my beer. All right, I'm going to get it done. All right, because that's what an entrepreneur is about. And we're going to talk about entrepreneurs, in the future as well.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about so much stuff. But that kind of, mindset, that kind of,
It's impressive, man. He's been doing things. He's been doing, and now he bought Twitter.
Now he bought Twitter. Now his game is good. To be honest, I was a little bit, pessimistic about the future.
Really?
A little bit because, like I said, you had the left, which is very totalitarian. Very, they wanted to pretty much take over everything, right? And they pretty much controlled the culture. They controlled the media, social media. All right, all of them support, this way of thinking. So Elon Musk taking over a major social media company is just a game changer because elections are coming, guys. The elections are coming this year in Brazil, the United States, all over the world. Of course, there's going to be elections. Some are more important than others. But this election is super important because media is super important in elections because you can hide facts and you can manipulate. All right, you can manipulate through social media. So that would happen with the last election. I don't know who you guys wanted to win, if the United States or if you're Brazil.
Do you think that's how Bolsonaro won?
Bolsonaro, they said that he used WhatsApp to be able to do something. I can't remember what.
Because he was everywhere, man. He was everywhere.
In my opinion, he was smart if he used social media. But in my opinion, the reason why he won is because someone stabbed him. He would not have won if he had not been stabbed. He could have maybe won, but he got stabbed, and
he went viral.
He got stabbed, but he also got sympathy votes. You know, people were like, "Oh man, they're trying to kill him. He's obviously the hero because they think that the government planted this guy to kill him," which could be true, probably not. I have no idea. It probably could have been Bolsonaro who did it himself. He's like, "Hey, you just stabbed me one day. All right, I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna have my belly out for you. All right, it's gonna be nice."
It's a good story for the internet.
Of course.
You know, obviously everyone was talking about it. I remember when I turned the TV on, man, it was like every channel I went to, they were talking about how he got stabbed.
Yeah. I mean, because it's like a big thing, like a presidential candidate gets stabbed.
So now tell me, a guy who has no idea of who he is now has an idea of who he is now.
You're talking about exactly.
Just imagine I'm a guy I don't know. I live in a fucking bush in the forest. And okay, it's election. Now I hear that this guy got stabbed, who is going to be possibly one of the presidents of Brazil. Yeah. Now he's known, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he was already well known, but that definitely helped for everybody to hear about it because this is one of the things is mostly women who saw that they were like, oh my god, Tadinho, right, in Portuguese.
Okay, yeah, poor guy,
poor guy, so sad.
Yeah,
because women have that, and that's actually really good. And I'm not gonna lie to you, you need the women's vote to really win. You need women, especially suburban women. All right, middle class women, you know, biggest voters, and they will get you there. I mean, Brazil is possible. You obviously need to get the poor vote. You need to get the people who are poor because they have a high poor population.
That's true. Yeah.
But the middle class is also very large, so you have to be able to get those people. And Bolsonaro is more conservative, so a lot of those families are conservative, so he can easily get that vote. Mm-hmm. Right, but that's the thing. He probably used that. He probably used social media, of course.
And do you think that's what Elon Musk is planning? Like possibly to use?
No, I don't think he wants to do anything political with it. I think he really just believes that Twitter has the capacity to be a successful business. So this is what he talks about. Mm-hmm. All right, so. Mr. Musk, who made the shock bid less than 2 weeks ago, said Twitter had tremendous potential, right? That he would unlock. He wants to unlock the potential of Twitter, right? You can see it on there. He also called for a series of changes from relaxing its content restrictions to eradicating fake accounts. The firm initially rebuffed Mr. Musk's bid, but it will now ask shareholders to vote to approve the deal, which they will most definitely do. So he is estimated to have a net worth of $273 billion.
That's a lot of money.
That's so much money. But let's look at another quote that he says, "Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated." So now in this quote, it kind of sounds like he's got a political interest.
Yeah,
it does kind of sound like it, yeah. Obviously, as an entrepreneur, he wants to make money. And I imagine that he will make money. I know that Twitter was actually losing money, or not losing money, but it was actually going down. The company was heading down because of what they were doing, the restrictions and the fake accounts and all this stuff. Yeah, because they said that they have I don't know. I remember seeing a statistic, 20% of the people who use Twitter are the only ones that are actually posting anything. So
say that again.
20% of the people are actually posting. 80% of the people are just just pretty much reading tweets or watching whatever they post. That's all they're doing. 80% of the people. So now I imagine just because people might feel afraid to say something. So I could have had a Twitter and said nothing. And most likely, if I had said something, I didn't have enough followers anyway for anybody to say anything about it. But let's say I did, you know what I mean? I might be afraid to say something. So there you go. When you have that situation, you have mostly people just following whoever's there on top, you know? And that's a big issue. But they were blocking politicians, like Donald Trump was banned. Some other politician, I think, I forget her name, something Green.
Okay,
She was banned. Alex Jones was banned.
So
A lot of people were banned.
So now, do you think that because Elon Musk, who is now he's wording that they want freedom of speech and things are going to be different, do you think that these politicians are going to start using social media again, such as Twitter?
Well, I think Trump might not come back
No.
because he's working on his own Twitter. To be honest, called something Truth Social.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Jeez, this guy's been making moves, huh?
Yeah, so he wants, but like the thing is that him as well, like Donald Trump, he wants to make a social media site that's kind of similar to Twitter. So he wants to have some restrictions, of course. So he'll do something more FDA approved, not FDA approved, FCC approved. I forget who does it. But there will be like an agency in the government that pretty much regulates and stuff, like if you're on TV. So in Brazil, they don't have as many regulations, to be honest, which is actually pretty cool. But so like in America, you can't swear on you can have a movie that has swears, but you have to like pretty much cut out the swears. You have to make sure in movies and on TV, so on like cable TV. That's why Netflix became super popular. Oh, just because it was streaming, there's no ads, a whole bunch of stuff. But if you watch the movie on TV, like I watched The Patriot, and that's like a lot of violence, and the violence was pretty much cut completely
Because of this restriction.
because of restrictions. And as you watch the movie, they had a lot of swears. It was cut. And it's like, it's super annoying because the movie is really fun, but then
You just don't get 100% of the
you
experience.
get literally nothing of the experience. Sometimes you get nothing.
But do you
So
think like
that's dumb.
restrictions, like they really,
I think they bother you. I think they're not good. They hurt a business.
and that's why Twitter was failing, right? Because they had so many restrictions that they just
Yeah,
went downhill.
Like as a teachers, like we're always like getting restricted. We're like we can't say this, we can't say that.
Yeah.
And for some crowd, I guess that makes sense. But I mean, with language, it makes no sense to me because people that's how people talk. So we should be teaching in a specific way. So obviously, me not having restrictions anymore, I can do whatever I want now. And actually, I think I will probably become more successful in the future because of the lack of restrictions.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
It's possible people are gonna get upset about it. I don't know. I did this
It's
funny.
gonna be a free platform now, so
Yeah, I have this funny thing that I wrote here. So I posted something on my Palmer Talk Instagram, and I had this funny clip. It wasn't really like too graphic or anything, but I said it's like, where do you live, right? So the question for when you're meeting somebody, that's what they do. So, and one of the points was like, do you know Sally Jenkins? Because she's like, yeah, he's my neighbor. She's my neighbor. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Such a small world. That's my brother's girlfriend. It's like, oh, your brother's name is Bill. Your brother Bill. And then he goes like, no, that's my brother's name's Jack. And the guy's like, in the quote, he's like, oh, I see, that's not good. He's like, I know, I gotta call my brother right now. So I made a joke which would never be approved on a school because you can't talk about cheating, you can't talk about that kind of stuff. It's just
you're just negative, but
yeah,
it's just humor, man.
Yeah, exactly. Another one that I have is like, how old are you? So one of the conversations is normal conversation, but the other one's like, the girl says, how old are you? He's like, I'm 25. And then the girl says, he says, how old are you? And she says, I'm 17. And so the next quote is like, well, it was nice to meet you. Have a great day. and then the other one is like, okay, like supposed to be confused. Obviously, I'm going to be doing actual videos, so it'll be making more sense and more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's funny.
So
right?
these things would have been restricted if it was like
it's restricted, and I don't think it's necessary. Obviously, like my students wanted to restrict what I could say in their classroom, right? Because they were like, not that it was offensive, but for them apparently it was offensive. Not because it's offensive, because I am not, I'm not black, or I'm not a gypsy or Romani, they kept saying, or I wasn't whatever that was, so I couldn't say those things. And I was like, I don't understand the problem. It's just a word. They're just words. All of this stuff is just phrases. And they were like, you can't say it, John, because you're not one of them. You know what I mean? You're not Hispanic. You're not Brazilian. I'm like, I am Brazilian. But you're not this. But the thing is like, it's one-sided. So Twitter was one-sided. So my students can say whatever they want about white people, Americans, whatever. I couldn't say anything at all because I'm not being offensive at all. I'm not being offensive by any means. Mm-hmm. But I would get, in trouble with them because they would be like, you can't do it, but obviously we can.
Yeah, so, it's like, I would say it's like a cop saying, hey, you can't drink and drive, but he drinks and drive, It's like, fuck, if you're drinking and drive, why can't I?
It doesn't make sense, right?
It doesn't make sense at all.
And I remember they were saying the word fag, right? And I was like, so you're telling me that you can say the word fag? Because I said, yeah, we can use the word fag, but I can't. Like, I was just saying, I wasn't saying the word to say the word. I was saying the word because they were saying that I couldn't say the word. So you're telling me I can't use the word fag or faggot. And they were like, no, you can't. That's our word, because two of them were gay. And they were like, you can't say it. And I'm like, you're saying it, so clearly it's not that offensive. It's not that offensive if you're not offended if you say it, right? Same thing with black people. So they were like, you can't say nigga. And I was like,
that's bullshit.
And I said to them, I was like, I sometimes, with my friend, with Andrew, like he calls me a nigga and I'll be like, yo, what's up, nigga? Right? They call me white nigga. All right? We're canceled already.
Fuck.
Right? We're canceled. I'm sorry, you two. I'm sorry, Andrew. We got canceled because of me. And it's like, you can say it, I can't say it, right? So I wasn't saying it to say it. I was just saying, sometimes me and my friend Andrew, we say it to each other. And I don't say, Andrew, you're a fucking nigger with a hard R. You say a hard R, you say it with a soft A.
Yeah.
Soft A. A soft A.
No, I understand. I hear where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't say it like that right there. And like when we post this, we might get flagged for me saying, not because you said it, because I said it.
But isn't that ridiculous? Like how we're
restrictions,
so restricted to have like freedom of speech, which I really do think. Now I see why you're so pumped about, Elon Musk.
I'm super pumped because I'm gonna post this video on Twitter, and Twitter's gonna allow it, and like YouTube might not accept the video. We might get I might have to edit that part out,
you're gonna bleep
and then all of a sudden the full video is only on Twitter, and then people are like, oh man, this is like this funny video, this crazy cool video. Interesting video, but then YouTube is like an edited version. Like, well, it's not the same version on Twitter. On Instagram, it's a different version. It's like, yeah, because we couldn't do it.
But that's interesting, though. You know why? Because I think that people at YouTube and people at fucking TikTok and wherever Instagram are gonna start maybe noticing a change.
Yeah, they will.
Okay, so people are starting to hop onto Twitter because it's a freedom of speech.
Yeah.
So what can we do?
Right.
So maybe they'll just change the whole game.
They will, yeah.
Elon Musk's got something big, man. He's got something big in his hands.
It's gonna be a private company, but if it was public, I would have invested. To be honest, I would buy stock because I'm pretty sure that stock will go up higher and higher.
Oh, so you cannot buy?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't when it's a private company. Yeah, when it's private, he's gonna make it a private company, so it's not open to the public. So I mean, he could. I don't know. He could end up doing it. I have no idea.
Let's stay tuned. Maybe he does. They're gonna fucking buy it too.
Right now, yeah. Because I mean, he'll buy it. The shares will be pretty high right now. Like he's buying it. I don't know about how much higher. He already owns 10% of the company, so spending another $44 billion, he's really going. For him, it's really nothing, guys. This is nothing.
I mean, come on, the guy's
a fucking. God. If I had $10,000 right now, I'd be super happy.
Sure.
And this guy's like, I got $44 billion.
He's spending that on
just
dinner.
spending. He's just like, I got no money. Oh my
he
god.
He spent $10K on dinner, $2K on lunch.
Oh
yeah.
I know he doesn't have a house though. I know he doesn't own property. He rents apparently.
No way.
Yeah, he used to own a lot of property, and then he got rid of it.
Do you know his take on that?
Well, I mean, I think because you have to pay taxes and a whole bunch of other stuff when you own property.
Too smart.
So yeah, when you own stuff, not stock or investments, that's taxable. So everything that his money, he had to get the money because technically he didn't have the money. He has almost $300 billion, but he doesn't have. He can't just go right now and just hey, I'm gonna. Spend $300 billion right now. He can't do that because it's all in investments. He would have to get rid of his investment and take out the money, and then he would actually get taxed for doing it. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of these rich people, what they do is they have credit cards and they get money from the bank, they don't actually have to spend their own money because everybody knows that they have money. And they're making a profit. They're making money, of course. They're not like he's not making money, of course. It's just most of his money comes from having it in investments in the market, you know. So that's actually smart. Obviously, guys, if you guys are there, we're gonna have Sam on here because that's what he does too. Like Sam doesn't have money.
That's true, yeah.
It's all
he'll be more informed about that. Me personally, I am fucking broke. That's why I'm here doing this podcast.
Yeah, broke too. No, we're not doing this for money though. We're not doing this at all. We're doing this to keep you guys informed. We like to do this. We like to talk. We do this anyways. Why wouldn't we do it in front of a camera and show it to you guys?
This is basically our conversation, me and John. We just don't film it. So we had like hours of conversation, which we could have filmed, but
exactly,
we just didn't film it. But now we are. So guys, stay tuned, like, subscribe.
Yeah. And
more things are to come. Big
things. So
Sam's gonna be here. Yeah. So tell me about Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, it's just he's already testing Elon Musk's commitment to free speech by trolling. So he's another billionaire. He's the second richest person in the world.
Amazon, right? He owns Amazon. Yeah.
So he owns the Washington Post, which is an actual media, not actual, like it's an actual media by the fact that they have a paper, right? So a newspaper and a website and all that stuff. So Twitter is a social media site, which means that it's a platform where everybody can go and talk. Whereas Washington Post has journalists report the news, etc. So he's saying that he doesn't believe. Pretty much, he's trying to troll him and saying that he doesn't believe that Elon Musk is for real when he talks about free speech. All right, interesting question. Did the Chinese government just gain a bit of leverage over the Times Square? I don't know. Obviously, it's possible because Elon Musk does have factories in China, so he might not want to piss off the Chinese too much. But I don't really think it's going to make a huge difference. I'm probably sure that Elon Musk is going to be like, go fuck yourself when the Chinese government tells them to do something.
Yeah, you got the bread for it.
I mean, but the thing is like I would not say Jeff Bezos can be a person who can question other people, their actions, about in this situation with like China, because a lot of people start like talking about China, like talking about all the other people's position on China, and everybody does business with China, and they all pretty much suck the dick of China.
Basically,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Everybody does, because like it's a huge part of their fucking revenue. So they're like, I'm not gonna fucking piss off China. I personally would piss off China. We're small, but even if we became big time, fuck you, China. All right, the people of China not so much. You guys are finally realizing how fucked your government is. So I personally am just like, you fucking government, your fucking totalitarianism. I don't give a shit. I don't really want your money. I don't need your money. If you want to give me your money, that's fine, but I'm going to talk shit about you. So we're going to have a whole segment about why China sucks. We're going to cancel it for real.
Man, so this is a very good take, I would say, on your opinion. That's our opinion.
That's it, yeah.
We're excited for the new phase of Twitter. So if you guys aren't following us on Twitter, if you're seeing us on YouTube, Instagram, whatever platform you're seeing it on,
Andrew's gonna make a Twitter and we're gonna post it in the description.
Yeah, I will. I think I do have a Twitter account, man. I gotta check, but follow me there if you
follow, because you didn't tell us your Instagram. So he's got a lot of followers on his Instagram already. So go ahead and tell them to get some more.
Yeah, sure. My Instagram is my name, Andru Rambaran with 2 R's. We'll also put that in the description, and I also have a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, I do have a YouTube channel. I do some kind of vlogs there, show my routine.
Oh yeah,
so you guys follow me there too. It's dru.zzz.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's it. And my Twitter will be in the description too. So
yeah, we're gonna post everything in the description.
You get me there.
But guys, like, subscribe, send this to your friends. We need you to send it to your friends and your family members. You
share with someone who you think has opposite opinion to us.
Well, send it to everybody, and especially them.
You'll have a good debate.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Peace out, guys.
All right, guys. Good to see you.